Obviously an honour and a great pleasure for me to be invited here. And I come from here. I was born here a long time ago, and I used to go to school just up the road with many of you. And 5 or 6 years ago, I felt a really deep calling. Actually, Peter Morby back at school then said, "We know we kicked you out, you know, all those years ago. We were wrong, and we want you to come back." And I said, "Well, that would be a fantastic thing because you were wrong, and I do want to come back." And I started to look for a place, and Jan, somewhere here, Jan Walker of All Inspired, helped me find for me that what I think is the most beautiful place on earth. And in fact, we were just on the front cover of Lancashire Live saying that Michael's Nook Cottage in Grasmere was more beautiful than Saint-Tropez or whatever. I was going to go back to Bowerham, but I thought twice about that. And we've got this great place, and we took what was the gardener's cottage at Michael Nook and just said to James, "Well, it's yours now." And the brief really was, I'd written a book about how love would change the world, and how it was all about sort of mystery, sensuality and intimacy. And I said, "So that's all you really need to know, James, you know, make this place, have it drip with mystery, sensuality and intimacy, have it appeal to all the senses." The second part of the brief was, when I grew up here in the 60s, my heroes were either sports athletes or musical people. So they were creative people, and they were leaders and achievers, nothing else. So I said, I want to fill this place with my heroes. I want it to be a place of inspiration. I want it to be a place of love. And I want it to be a place that connects past, present and future. And then I really just got out of the way. And James, I gave him no budget, and he overspent it. And James and I work together every week, actually every month now, because we're constantly changing, improving, adapting, fitting in, and congratulations. It's good to see you back. And seeing all these terrific things. I've just had 12 people at the cottage for the last 2 days from Saatchi and Saatchi, all over the world, all young people who are part of our Leaders of Tomorrow or whatever. And we do a program called KR Live, which is sort of everything we wanted to know about life and business and we're afraid to ask. And they've just been enamored with the whole place. They're just touching it, licking it, feeling it, listening to it, smelling it, and it's a terrific thing. And through that, you know, I found for me a creative partner. I work in a business where, you know, we live in a world where the unreasonable power of creativity is what makes the difference. We will not process our way forward or manage our way forward or politicize our way forward. We live in the age of the idea. And all around us in this environment here, and I've just been upstairs, and it's a place where ideas manifested through James reign, right? Ideas are the currency of the future, not policies, procedures, and all this kind of stuff. So it's been wonderful for me. I've got sort of 6,000 or 7,000 creative people working with me, and I've entrusted all this to James, and it's just been better and better and better. It's been very sort of liberating for me. We live in, a few weeks ago I was invited by the US government. Actually, you don't get really invited by the US government. You get told by the US government. So I was told to go and talk to 300 of their finest about the question. I have 3 hours to help them understand how can we reframe the image of the US internationally. I said, 3 hours, it's probably going to be okay, no sweat, right? And I went in there and said actually they didn't have an image problem, but it would be helpful if they stopped killing people and stuff like that. So they had a doing and an action problem rather than an image problem. But during all this they told me that we lived in a VUCA world, which I was thought something you had on your foot, right? But they said that the world that we lived in was a VUCA world, and it was volatile, and it was uncertain, and it was complex, and it was ambiguous. Okay. And they said this to me with a great sense of revelation. And I felt, well, you know, ever since I was living here in Barham, that's the world I've known, right? It's been pretty volatile. It's been pretty uncertain. It's been ever so complex if you're a simple person. Very ambiguous. And I said, well, you guys are all wrong. That's a very negative and pessimistic way of thinking about the world, which is probably why you keep getting dragged into conflicts you should avoid. Actually, the world I see, making this up hysterically on the spot, is indeed VUCA, but it's vibrant, it's unreal, it's crazy, and it's astounding. And when you walk in here and you walk into the things that James has done for you, I'm sure that you feel that it is vibrant, it is unreal. You didn't realize you were so creative as you look around your environment. It is crazy and it is outstanding. So for me, Mackies is a love mark, James is a love mark, and congratulations on this 10 years. So I'd like you all to raise your glasses if you've got anything left in them, and toast the next 10 years to the unreasonable power of creativity.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Oh, God. Right. Right. Everybody can eat, and we go upstairs. Might not be room for everybody, but if there's not, there's plenty of room back down here. So, thanks, Kevin. Thank you all for coming. Get drunk, eat a lot of food.